site is a National Nature Reserve, and it is a reserve because of its geological interest and also the rare plants and animals that exist on the site. Across the site there is a road. It is a fixed point in the landscape in what is actually a movable landscape because of the shingle ridge, and there is a long-term problem with the stability of the road, and there is a likelihood that it will be damaged and perhaps even one day destroyed by storms and sea level rising. When damage occurs to the road, this causes a problem to many different authorities and interests, and it is our job to ensure that the nature reserve is protected in the long term, and this sometimes might mean that there is a clash between nature reserve values and the need to preserve the road.
This is Slapton Line. The base is made of single. The beach traps some streams behind it, which made a freshwater lake called Slapton Line.
About 10,000 years ago, at the end of the Ice Age, the sea level was very low, and the beach was about 20 miles further out.
As the climate got warmer, the water started to rise. And as the water rose, it pushed the shingle beach inland towards us.
It's still being pushed along, and there's no more material coming in to shore it up. This means that the beach gets thinner and that more shingle is washed away.
In 2001, a really fierce storm coming from the east over several days took away around 5 metres from the top of the beach, cutting it back as far as the road.
It caused chaos at the time, a lot of argument over what should happen next, and it took some time to sort out. This was done by moving the road about 20 metres inland and rebuilding it.
My name is Simon Tong. I'm the Executive Director of the Whitley Wildlife Conservation Trust. The trust was set up in 1955, and it was endowed by a man called Herbert Whitley, who was our founder. In 1921, Herbert bought Slapton Lee to protect it from development, and he gave it to the trust when he died. We now own it, and we lease it to the Field Studies Council to manage.
The line is important to the field centre because each year thousands of students come to the field centre and look at the line and investigate the local area as well. It's incredibly valuable for groups to use the line to access the field centre, so groups coming in and out of the centre. We also use it for studying the coastal processes as well as the nature reserve behind.
Natural England has responsibilities for sites of special scientific interest and areas of outstanding natural beauty, such as the South Devon A&B and Slapton SSSI. Slapton itself is notified for its wildlife. It's notified for birds and plants and the vegetation on the shingle, as well as the dramatic feature of the shingle bar.
My name is John Wardle from the Environment Agency, which is a government department. We help provide flood defences such as seawalls at Torcross and B-Sands, which protect the houses from being washed away when there are storms. We also provide flood warnings so that people can protect their homes and businesses from flooding.
It's the main communication route really between Cambridge and Dartmouth. It's also very glamorous because people like walking or driving with the sea on one side and the Lee on the other. But it's the communications that really matter. It's the only bit of straight road for miles, so consequently you can actually speed up and pass people. That's really the main thing. All the other lanes are fine. The locals know them, but tourists and delivery people find them hard to use, I think.
Hi, my name's Andrew Pound. I own 2 businesses, Street Post Office and Torcross Post Office. If the line went, it would devastate both my businesses. I have 50% of trade is passing trade. If it goes, it's a long detour through Kingsbridge around, which is approximately 15 miles. I've also been a Coast Guard for 33 years, and if the line went, it would cut our patch in half. So to get to our side at Torcross, through the lanes, you could be looking at a 30-minute delay.
Well, Devon County Council certainly recognises the importance of the A379 along the Slapton Line, especially for local people, for businesses and for tourism. And we are committed to repairing and maintaining that road as long as it is viable to do so. "25, 50 years, at some time that road could be breached. But if it happens sooner rather than later, then the scheme, whatever scheme it is to try to repair that road, would have to compete for a diminishing pot of money against other schemes that also need to be done in the county.
The partnership was brought together after the road damage in 2001, and what it does is bring the organisations and the viewpoints that we've heard from. After the damage in 2001, there was a major report which was commissioned by the partnership really to tell us what we should do next. That report said that the best way forward was to move the most vulnerable parts of the road inland, to rebuild them, and also move a certain amount of shingle around to provide some additional protection. But that the road is vulnerable, and through coastal erosion it will eventually fail, and unfortunately we don't know exactly when, but 25 to 50 years that will happen.
We've been promised so far that part of it will be moved back as long as it can be done physically. We've got prior planning permission, sort of blanket planning permission to do that. That's been set up already. And we shall obviously have to adapt to start with, to see before we know exactly what's happening. And then the alternative routes will have to come into place.
The fortunate thing is that we have some time to prepare for that. And what we've been doing since then is to put in place some contingency plans and also work together with the community to make them aware very much this is going to happen, and to work with businesses and to make them think about how that would impact their future. We don't think that it's going to be the end of tourism. It'll still be a special area. People will still want to come. And what we have to do is to make more of what we've got there and to try and ensure that it is still an attractive area for people to visit.